Welcome to your Intro to Schoology. We are going to go through how to set up your courses for any mobile or online learners that we may have as we go through this year. So first you start in Clever and you go ahead and click on Schoology. I like to favorite it so it's up at the top. Once you come into the program, you'll be able to find your individual classes under Courses. Schoology automatically links with your rosters, so you will see something different here than I do. You should have your different sections or your different classes. I don't. So we are going to, I thought I had a demo course. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm going to just make a demo course for this. So if you ever do need to make a course, like if you start tutoring or you just have a small group, you can make your own courses by going here. I'm going to name this demo testing 1, 2, 3. And then you would just click all of the options that apply. Down here at the very bottom, there's an all year option, or you could do endless. That's one of the easiest ways to do it. Okay, now I have created my course. So the next thing would be to organize it. This is just an option. You can edit the picture. You can either put your own picture, a picture that relates to your subject. They do have some default ones in here. This is just helpful for kids who have multiple courses, so at least they can remember which one yours is. I always taught math, so I'm going to go with this math looking one. The next thing you would want to do is figure out some type of organizational system. Usually this is done by starting with folders. If it were me, I would do my folders by date. So I would maybe call this one what week are we in? Week 3? Week 3, and I would put the dates, August 23rd through August 27th. That way, if any students were absent and they needed to go back and find work, or if parents are trying to help students navigate, it's very clear. This is not a requirement. If you have another way that you prefer to organize your course, please feel free to do so. Another option is you can either publish it or unpublish it, or you can have it published on a start date. This is particularly helpful if you want to preload your Schoology account and then have it released at the appropriate time. This was something I really liked to do. I would sit down for one of my plannings, do all my stuff in Schoology, and then it would just release on the correct date. Unpublished means the students cannot see it. Published means it is public to anyone in that course. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and just do published and create. So now I have my first folder, and just like on your computer, inside your folders is where you're going to store important information. Depending on how your course is organized, you might want to add more folders and just do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. If you're doing an ongoing project for the whole week, you could just put it in the folder under the general umbrella. I would then break it down by date so the students could quickly find which day they were absent. So I would add multiple folders with multiple dates. Here you also have the same abilities that we did on that main folder. You could make it published or unpublished. So if I wanted to go ahead and make a folder for tomorrow, I could make it, but then the students can't access it, so they're not doing work ahead. And you'll see right here it says unpublished. Now if I wanted to go ahead and make that public, I would go to the gear and select publish. And then now it's public, so it's that easy. And then you can even switch it back if you change your mind. Oops, did it not work? All right. Okay, so once you do that, once you have your organization created, then you can add your materials. Here are different types of materials that you could add. The most common ones that you'll probably be using are add a file, a link or an external tool, or add an assignment. The difference between these two things is this one is just an accessible file. So if you had a worksheet or a website that you wanted them to use and access, this would give them access to it. The assignment, however, is going to be the way that they turn it back into you. So if you're requiring it to be submitted digitally, you would want an assignment. So for example, let's say you had a template and you wanted students to create a PowerPoint and submit it, you would want to do an assignment. However, if you had a PDF file that you had not enhanced for them to edit, you would do that as a file so they could open it, print it, download it. Okay, we'll get into these more in the next video, but for now, that is your basics for setting up Schoology.